All right, friends. So here's the deal. We are looking at area of a parallelogram. So I gave you a couple slides to remember how do you find area? Base times height or length times width, whatever you want to call it. And then what is a parallelogram, right? Parallelogram has two sets of parallel sides. Now, so far, you've learned how to find area of a rectangle or square, which is a type of rectangle. But we haven't looked at parallelograms where instead of having right angles, maybe the angles are a little bit different, which is what we're seeing here. Okay. On a star map, Nina sees that four stars in the constellation Lyra appear to form a parallelogram. There it is. Nina draws a model of the constellation on 1 centimeter grid paper. What is the area of Nina's parallelogram? Okay, guys. So let me show you where the formula comes from, and then I'll give you the formula, and then you're going to have a chance to practice it today. So let's see. There we go. Here's the deal. If you were in front of me, we would probably actually do this, and we would like take out our scissors and we would cut and we would paste. But you'll notice that they cut this to make a rectangle in the middle. And then what they did is take this triangle, put it over on the other end of the triangle to create a second rectangle over here and one overall, right? Yeah, one overall rectangle, right? One really big rectangle. So we can find the area of this blue spot by doing 4 times 7, right? Which is 28. We can find the area of this pink rectangle once we turn them and stack them, right? By doing 3 times 4, which is 12. And then we could add them together to get the overall area of that parallelogram. Now, remember, guys, this is still the parallelogram. I can just move that over. Nothing has been changed as far as how much space it takes up, which is what area measures. We just moved it to make it easier to measure. Okay, but if you will please take note that now that I'm looking at it like this, rather than find the area of the blue one and find the area of the pink one and add those together, I've actually created one giant rectangle, so I could find the area of that whole rectangle. Ding, ding, ding. Whoops, sorry. Ding, 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 right? I could do 4 times, instead of doing 4 times 7 plus 4 times 3, I could do 4 times 7 plus 3, that whole length, which is 10. 4 times 10 is 40. We know how to find the area of a rectangle, and that is actually where the formula comes from, okay? So when you are finding the area of a parallelogram, it is just the base times the height. Now, here's the one really important thing to remember. The base, that one's kind of easier to, whoops, let me see if I can, different color. The base is pretty easy to see. You guys know what that is. That's that thing across the bottom, the base, right? The one thing that can be a little bit tricky is making sure that the height number that you are using is like this. It's like someone is standing on top of the parallelogram, drops a rock, and it would go straight down, right? This line over here, that is not the height. That is the length of that side. We are not using that in our formula. We are using the height over here, okay? All right, so let me give you one to walk through with you. So if I had a parallelogram that looked like this, right? And let's say the space was 5 meters. And let's say they were trying to trick you and they said that this side was 3 meters and they showed you the height, and you know it's the height because there's a little right angle there because, again, they dropped the rock straight down, and they said the height was 4 meters. When I go to find the area, I'm going to do base times height. Base here is 5. The height is 4. This 3 over here that I drew really messy, that is a side length, and that does not matter for a formula. It would matter if I was, say, going to find perimeter. But for finding the area, it does not matter. Don't get thrown off if they throw that into a problem for you. Okay, you've got a few different ones to work through. Remember, if it's a draw tool, you can like draw and use your mouse pad to do it. Or if you just want to put the answer in, you can just add a text box. That's totally fine.